Wake up and welcome once again to another episode of Father and Sundays, the unexplainable guide to absolutely nothing. This week is episode 51.
51. Who'd have thought it?
I definitely didn't. And we are talking about dreams.
We certainly are.
Anyway, stick around if you want to hear more. Hello.
Hello. How you doing?
I'm okay, thank you. How are you?
Yes, I'm not too bad.
In all seriousness,
Yes.
did you expect to make it to 51?
We said before, didn't we? We didn't think it would... Well, not that I didn't think it would last that long, but I just didn't think we'd be carrying on doing it. Certainly not one a week.
I could see us making it to 50. Honestly, there was points where I was thinking, I don't know if we're going to make it to 51 because
Really?
I didn't know whether... And even just in this past week, I was thinking, I don't know whether we're just going to be like too tired and just thinking maybe take a break.
I am very tired.
Or whether we'd go... we just ran out of ideas, which we almost did.
Yeah.
But no, we're here.
We are here. We are here. Yes, we are. We are here. I mean, most of my week's been... I've been taken up, preoccupied with sort of work and feeling pretty shattered from that.
Yeah.
Also, obviously, what's been playing on my mind is about that the fastest ever lemon cake,
Yep.
which I still don't know how fast it went.
Despicable. I
and
can't
the-
believe people aren't letting you know.
Heart-shaped crisp,
Yeah.
which I did find out did sell for £250, and it was original ready salted flavour.
Oh, so you actually did do your research on that?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
But you still don't know about the fastest lemon cake?
No, I still don't know about that.
Someone needs to let you know that.
Someone needs to tell me exactly how fast that lemon cake can go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. It's unreal.
And is this a thing? Is this a thing that...
I feel like it's a very one-sided relationship because everyone's
cakes.
listening to us but not telling us how fast lemon cakes are.
No, exactly. And to be honest, if cakes have got their own Special Olympics, it's a sort
Special
of thing...
Olympics is something different, Dad.
Oh, sorry. No, it's something I need to know about. You know, it is something that is going to play on my mind. It's probably going to enter my dreams. And we'll end up talking about it again. Right, anyway.
Are we moving on now?
I don't know. Is there anything else we need to cover?
There was something I was going to mention, but you started talking about lemon cakes.
Oh, sorry, go on.
It's a very tiring week because you've had to run around after me a lot.
I have.
A lot of walking
It's
around.
like when you were little, yeah.
But finally, I know everyone's been concerned, but after the car accident, I get my new car on Monday.
Yes, that'll be good, won't it?
And you got a car as well.
Yeah, unbelievably, somehow in the frenzy, I've ended up with a new car as well. But
So we get two
in
new
case someone
cars.
finds out. Yes, yeah, definitely, yeah. Got to get rid of my old car now. Yeah. So anybody wants to buy a what have I got? It's Hyundai Getz.
Is it Getz? Yeah.
196 billion miles on the clock. Free 2 careful drivers and then me. Other than that, you know, it's a real steal.
Yeah.
Yeah,
In
I
fact,
stole it.
they steal it.
I'm wanted by the police. Right.
How much would you sell it for?
I don't mind some change, anything really. I'll swap it for a game like, you know.
What game?
Someone's got Buckaroo.
We still need to play that golf, Mario Golf, don't we?
Yeah, we do.
I mean, I've played it, but you haven't.
Yeah. Anyway.
Would you swap? So you swap it for Buckaroo. So if anyone
Buckaroo.
wants to offer Buckaroo
For my
Dad's
car,
Hyundai,
I'm willing to do that.
if someone actually came up to you with Buckaroo after listening to this, would you genuinely swap it out?
Yeah, I would. Yeah, I would. Yeah, definitely.
Because it's worth more in scrap, but
Yeah, but no, I ought to exchange it for Buckaroo. Yeah, definitely.
because someone's proved that they've listened.
Yeah, exactly. They've got to take it off my hand though.
Yeah, they're genuine.
And they genuinely have to get rid of it and properly get rid of it as well. So, you know.
You can put it changed name and
this is
paperwork
not a
actually
joke.
done. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
How many hats do you think you could put on that car before it breaks down?
How many what?
Hats could you put in the car before it breaks down like Buckaroo?
Oh, right. Before it explodes.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's nearing its end.
Your name's Dad, by the way.
Yes, my name is Dad. Your name's Son, by the way.
Also
Or
known as Connor.
Yeah.
And you're also known as David.
Oh, we didn't introduce ourselves. Oh, right. For
51st episode, because, 51's a new start, so someone might come in on the 51st and go,
okay.
I'm going to start listening to this podcast.
All right. Well, in that case, my name's David. I meant to make some resolutions as it's the new year. I didn't get around to doing it properly. I suppose some of those would be more organised, look after myself a bit more, try and get enough sleep, And none of those things have happened. In fact, I am many, many miles away from those things happening.
I remembered I did actually make one resolution, and was to get into no car crashes this year. And so far it's gone well.
Don't even say that. Yeah. Yes, no, well done. Yeah,
thanks.
Yes, there was a risky moment where you nearly walked into someone walking for the train. Yeah, but nothing else has happened like that. Right. Okay.
It was very icy though. I kept slipping a little bit this morning.
Yes, it was quite icy.
And the day before.
Yes, yeah. So dreams.
Dreams.
Yes,
dreams.
Don't do that. You've been annoying me with that all week. Did you know?
That's like your catchphrase.
Yeah. Did you know?
We're getting into did you know so early.
Average lifetime.
5 minutes.
Right. In the average lifetime of a human being, you spend 6 years dreaming.
6 years. All at once or spread out?
Well, it depends if you're Rip Van Winkle and you've been asleep all that time. I don't know.
Do people in comas dream?
Oh, hang on. I don't know. It's not on my list. But that's a very good point, actually.
Very good question.
Because I don't know.
They say they can hear
but
you.
I guess it's the level, and we'll get onto this, of consciousness that you're in.
It's to do with your subconscious dreaming.
Yeah. So basically, I don't know if you're in a coma at what level you're at.
This links very well with hypnosis.
Oh, stop trying to bring hypnosis into all this. If you're going to do a hypnosis one, right, do a hypnosis one. Stop talking about it. Do some prep on it, and we'll do an episode for it, yeah?
Hypnotise everyone.
Yeah. Go for it.
I don't know that we're allowed to do that.
Did you know... No, you probably won't be able to do that. Did you know your mind is more active when you're asleep than when you're awake? Did you know that?
Yes.
Did you really know that?
Yeah, because
you
the
often say
subconscious
yes.
mind is...
Because when you're walking around, I guess when you're walking around and there's lots of...
I can tell you, sometimes at work, my conscious mind is very much not very active.
No? Well, they'd say when you're walking around, obviously you're looking at things and your mind is telling you, right, that's a car, that's a road, that's a person, that's a this, that's that. And your mind is computing everything.
You've forgotten those last couple bits.
Yeah. That's my mind I'm talking about now. I can only keep 3 things in there at a time. But when you're asleep, so your mind is constantly ticking over. Well, when you're asleep, those sort of distractions are taken away. So your mind, you'd think then your mind would go into sort of rest mode or, standby mode, but it doesn't. It continues to be active and it continues to fire off like little pulses.
If it stops doing that, it'd just be dead, wouldn't it?
Yeah, so you said before it's just your subconscious mind that we're talking about.
Yeah.
But, over the years, I've heard various different things. I've heard that dreams are only sort of seconds long, but it makes you feel like it's a lot longer. I've also read sort of that dreams don't exist how you think they exist, and that when you actually recall your dream, that's something your mind's made up at that point rather than that's what you've actually dreamt. There's all sorts of speculation, but there's been a lot of work done.
What's the thing? Is it lucid dreams where you can control your own dreams?
Yes, it is, yeah. So basically you can practically go back into... Because have you ever been asleep, having a dream, really enjoying that dream, and then you wake up and you think, no, I was having a really good dream, and then trying to get back into that dream?
Yeah.
And it is possible to do that.
Yeah.
But
you can also control your dreams in the fact that you go, oh, I know this is a dream, so I'm going to just...
Well, sometimes you can sort of step out of...
I had a dream about pie once.
Did you?
Yep.
What sort of pie?
I think it was like a berry pie, and you could almost taste it.
A berry pie, a non-specific berry pie.
Yeah, I was in primary school at the time, so don't make me choose what berry it was.
Oh, so when you were at primary school, you didn't know your berries?
No,
That's
I'm
not
saying...
one of the first things
I'm
you
not
learn.
being funny, Dad. I was in primary school, yeah, and I'm currently 23. I left primary school when I was 10.
Can you do your times table?
Yes.
Do you know your alphabet?
But I don't remember that specific berry in that dream. I don't remember that. I know it was a purple berry, but the thing is, I don't think it was a specified berry within the dream because I didn't specify it in the dream. But I could taste it, but I couldn't taste it. It was just like that kind of stale taste you get in the mornings. is what it tasted like in my dream.
Because you're probably eating something else, like a spider or something at the time.
Or just nothing, because it had a stale taste.
Oh, right, okay.
And I bought it from a corner shop and was walking along eating it. And then I woke up and I was like, I want to go back to sleep, so I'm going to continue eating that pie.
I don't know if this relates to pies as well, right? But did you know in your dreams... sorry, I need to go. Did you know in your dreams, all the people that you see in your dreams, all the faces you see in your dreams are people that you recognise? There's no made-up faces. There's nothing that you haven't seen at one point in your life.
Makes sense.
Oh, right, okay.
I'm not saying I didn't. I'm not saying I knew it, but it makes sense.
Yeah. Well, basically,
have you ever tried to make up a face? If you ever try and draw and make up a character, it would normally be based off of something you've already seen.
Well, I guess so, but it's
even if it's just a feature.
Is that even people that you might have just glanced as you walked along the road, you might not even realised you've clocked them as you've walked along, you've seen their face or you've registered their face, but you have. So everybody that you see within your dream is someone that you've actually seen in that lifetime, which I thought was really interesting. Or your lifetime, yeah. You can't read in a dream, apparently. Did you know that? It's gone a bit silent.
I've read texts in a dream though, I think.
No, apparently you can't. You don't read. You can. You think you do, but you can't actually physically read anything. You could have a book in your hand, and that could be your dream that you're doing, but you're not actually.
How do they know this?
Reading. They do. Well, no.
Strictly speaking, no, that's true. You're not actually reading because you're making up the words.
Yeah, so you're not actually.
So it's impossible to read something if it's already you're the one that's making it up as it goes along.
Mm.
But I have had like texts and stuff come through on a phone. It's almost like you can see the words, but the words are being made up in your head as you go along.
Yeah, you're not actually reading them.
No, because it wasn't ever written.
No. And another thing, right, and you asked the question, how do they know? Well, they've done lots of experiments with people and all the rest of it. And some of this,
what were these experiments?
I don't know. I'm not a scientist, Connor.
Well,
if you wanted someone who was qualified, I'm telling you second-hand information.
Did second-hand research.
With second-hand... Well, how much research have you done? If you're going to start getting...
No, I'm not saying I've done research. I'm just saying you've done second-hand research.
Anyway, do you know you can't see yourself in a dream? And I've
seen myself in third person in a dream, but it wasn't me, it was Bart Simpson.
Right, so it wasn't you anyway?
Yeah, but it was me, I was Bart Simpson.
Yeah, but it wasn't you, though.
Yeah, but it was me.
Apparently, if you looked into a mirror in your dream, if you looked at your reflection in a dream, you wouldn't be able to see yourself. It would either be you changed the face or it'd be blurred. You wouldn't actually be able to see yourself.
But I am part vampire, so...
Oh, my God. What was this one of your resolutions to not just say things like that all the way through when I'm trying to really get a good debate going?
A debate? I didn't realise we're having a debate about it. In that case, dreams aren't real.
Right, okay. Do you know that men and women dream differently?
I know that each and every person dreams differently.
Well, but on the whole, the majority of people in men's dreams are men.
Sorry.
No, are men.
Oh.
Whereas in women's dreams, they tend to be 50-50. But in men's, in men's dreams, men far outweigh the women in it.
Oh.
Yeah, I know. Not just certain men's dreams. Actually, just on the whole, having your friends around you and all the rest of it.
I don't think I often have people in my dreams anyway.
50% of dreams are negative, which obviously means 50% are positive, but 50% are negative because it's partly, and even the ones
I'm sorry, but
that
seems like a strange statistic to come up with. That's basically saying, well, it's a 50-50. It could be good. It could be bad. That's a nothing stat, really, isn't it?
Well, it's a stat.
It's like 50% of the time.
51% of dreams are negative. Does that make it better?
50% of the time you get tails when you flip a coin. You know.
Yeah. All right.
I'm not having a go at you.
All right. Okay.
Just say,
blimey.
That stat's a bit of a nothing stat. Excuse me there, I had a hiccup.
Older people
normally wrinkly.
Right.
Oh.
Did you know that because a lot of your dreams are built on memories and that, older people tend to dream in black and white.
I wondered where that one was going.
No, they do. They do. Apparently they dream in black and white because that's their memories. And when they start to draw on their memories within their dreams... Why are you laughing at me? This is absolutely true.
Their memories... Yes, to be fair, life back in the days did used to be in black and white.
Because everything was black and white then, yeah. But this is the one that I find really, really interesting. And we're going to have a discussion at the end of... in the second half of this, where we...
Second half of this? Or
no, the second half of the actual podcast itself. Where we've done a bit of a dream diary, both of us, haven't we?
Tried to anyway.
And something that I found through that, we've had a little discussion about it, but something I found really weird as we've done that over this week. 5 minutes after you wake up, you remember 50% of your dream. 5 minutes after you've woken up, right? 10 minutes after you've woken up, 90% of your dream you've forgotten. Within 10 minutes, it's gone. You know, I'd say 10, 15, 20, that's it. You won't remember any of it. Now, I find that really, really bizarre. And when I read that, if I hadn't have been doing this diary of dreams over this week, I'd have said, really? Because I can remember dreams as, you know, as from, you know, you start to recall, say, reoccurring dreams, and we'll come to that as well. But I think, oh yeah, that dream, I've had that dream. And we've often said, oh, last week I dreamt such and such. But that's probably not. You've probably tailored your memory on that because it's been proven to me this week that bang, it goes within seconds of you waking up.
Father and Sundays present Things You Didn't Know That Happened Ages Ago.
The Emperor Napoleon ordered a rabbit hunt to be prepared for him. His chief of staff was tasked with capturing 2,000 to 3,000 rabbits and then releasing them during the hunt. On Napoleon's signal, the cages were opened and the hunt began. However, at this point, the rabbits all headed towards Napoleon, attacking him en masse. Another thing that's quite interesting when you're starting to talk about sleep and dreams and
how interesting.
It's quite interesting.
Quite interesting.
On
a scale of 1 to 7, how interesting?
It's 6.5.
Whoa.
Yeah, sleepwalking.
Oh, interesting.
Right. Now, is that
I've
something...
got a story about that. Carry on.
Right, is that something you've ever done? I think you've told this sleepwalking story
what
before.
About
a friend of yours.
Weeing on the landing.
Weeing on the landing,
into the washing basket.
And then I said about my granddad getting up in the night and we were on a houseboat and he came into our room, walked over to to near where we are, and we were all going, no, granddad. Anyway, landmark this year in the Guinness Book of Records, someone went 100 miles, right? A 12-year-old called Michael Dixon, who hopped on a freight train to Peru, Indiana. He was found barefoot in his pyjamas wandering near a railway track.
Oh, that's dodgy.
But that shows you, like, I mean, it's. I think I've done it, but not to. Some people really have issues with it. Some people, it's quite dangerous.
Well,
they talk about actually waking someone up.
You used to take me to the toilet and I used to speak to you.
Yeah. Well, no, and they say not to try and wake someone up who's in that state, but just gently lead them back to bed. You know, try and get them settled down again. Is because quite often it can be quite dangerous to wake someone up from it because they're very they're very
disorientated.
They're very disorientated. Yeah. So you know, don't do it. But you know that fascinates me as well. And they've done a lot of research in that, but they still can't quite work out, you know, why certain people would do it against other people. Scientists. I've talked to you about scientists before. One of the things that I think when we originally started talking about this was the fact that we seem to have the same dream. Not me and you. Well, no, look, potentially you could have something similar to, like aspects of it similar to other people, but reoccurring dreams.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. So is that something...
Well, first question, is it recurring or reoccurring?
I thought it was reoccurring, isn't it?
Yes, I think
but then
it's one
I
of these
can't
things
say...
disorientated.
So
you just did. Well done.
I did, yeah, but that's because I wasn't thinking about it.
Why do you not think when you speak?
No, if I don't think about it, it comes out okay. But if I think about it, it all goes wrong. Right, reoccurring dreams. Do you have any reoccurring dreams?
Oh, that's a big intake of air for me to tell this story. I used to have more when I was younger.
Yeah.
Than I do now. The big reoccurring dream for me, or recurring, and it used to be a bit of a nightmare. I used to have another one as well. But I'll go into that in a moment. But it used to be a nightmare that I used to have, where it was my primary school, and you'd go in, and me, you, and Becky, specifically, always me, you, and Becky,
right,
would go into.
Sounds like a nightmare already. Yeah,
and it was a like the corridor in my primary school, and it was one of those like you walk in for a bit, and it didn't look like the primary school from the outside or the inside really, but it did kind of match the layout. And you walk down the corridor, and once you go through the doors, you go back through the same corridor again, kind of thing, like a loop, like an endless loop. And we'd go in there, and we'd try and find this tiger that was in this corridor, and eventually we'd always find the tiger, and we'd end up running out and getting out before it gets us. That I kept having that dream, and we'd go in, but we'd always kind of make it be slightly different each time. We'd make it further and further and stuff like that. Until one day, we made it to the tiger, it chased us. Then I made friends with the tiger. Then the tiger turned into a dragon. And then I rode on its back to school. And then that was the last time I had that dream.
Wow. Well, that, right, as you're a psychiatrist, right, I can tell you that being chased is all about anxiety. So, I mean, obviously you walked into that school and you were searching for that tiger, but when you found that tiger, then it started to chase you, and you had to get out of there quick, and that can be anxiety about all sorts of things. But
like
it just
tigers.
takes. Yeah, I mean, it won't necessarily be that you're anxious about whether there's a tiger in your school, but it could be you're running away from a problem. You're running away from something.
No, I kept trying to approach the problem, and then it would turn around and try and eat me, so I'd run away from it.
Yeah, so you weren't dealing with the problem. You were trying to deal with the problem, but you weren't dealing with it.
Well, you go try and...
Look, I get,
find a tiger.
I'm a
You did go and try and
psychiatrist
find
here.
a tiger.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
not a psychologist.
Right. No, I didn't say I was. I said I was a psychiatrist.
You're not a psychiatrist either.
Right, anyway. But the fact that you then went in, and by the end of it, if you look through the way people interpret dreams, that would tell you that you dealt with it. And you, soaring away on the back of a dragon, was succeeding in dealing with that problem.
It didn't fly, it just walked.
Oh, well,
it
that
walked me
ruins
to
it,
school.
didn't it?
I rode on its back. It walked to school.
Yeah, but okay, right. So you didn't fly, but you were on the back of this dragon. That would tell me that you resolved the problem you had. You resolved the anxiety.
I think around the time that this tiger turned into a dragon was the same time we kind of had Katie, the guard dog puppy.
Right.
Just thought I'd let you know.
Okay, that's.
I've got another dream.
Yeah, let's move on to the next one because.
Next one, I was dead.
Right.
This one
Let me look through my notes. Yep.
Right. So, this one is not like an obvious I was dead.
Yeah.
But just to let everyone know, this is what happens after you die, and I think I've mentioned it in the podcast before. But everything's red. Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's loads of numbers everywhere. All like on a flat...
Like a Sudoku.
Like a flat 2D plane. And there's just constant... Like 1, 6, 9, 2, 5, 7... Just everywhere.
Yeah.
And you gradually pan across it. You gradually pan across it very slowly. And there's an arrow, a black arrow that just goes through a line of the numbers. And this used to terrify me, and then I'd wake up. And I had that dream multiple times. and I was dead. But it's not like going.
So what's a dead
but
bit?
I knew I was dead.
What's a number bit compared to the dead
that's
bit?
what dead. That's being dead. That's what being dead is.
What? Looking at
Just endless numbers and an arrow going through it on a red background. The numbers were black, and so was the arrow.
Right. Okay. Right. So no.
You got no answer to that
I've
one?
got no answer to that. The death bit, yeah, that's usually not to do with being dead, but to do with the end of something.
I was dead though.
Well, you weren't dead, were you? Really?
Well, I don't know that I wasn't dead.
Yeah.
I don't know that I'm not dead now.
No. Yeah.
There's a chance I could be dead right now.
Really?
Yeah. There's a chance you could be dead right now.
Well, I'm not, am I? I'm sitting
But playing
here.
out your life in like the
God,
end
I
of your life.
Really sit out. Really, something you'd have to bleep on here. What are you talking about?
No, but like the fact
I
is,
said to you the other day, right? I said to you,
So-
I hit my head on the van a couple of times really hard last Saturday, and it did occur to me that I might have knocked myself out and still haven't come
Well,
round
this
yet.
is the thing.
And this conversation is making me think that is actually the case.
there is a possibility
right?
that life isn't life. There's no way of proving that life isn't life.
Don't. My head's going to hurt.
So there's
and
a
I'm
possibility
tired
that you
enough as it
could
is.
already be dead, and you're just living out the last few moments like of your life just before you die.
How long are the moments before you die then?
My point being is things can go really like you can live out your whole life in a matter of seconds.
Right. Wow, this is taking a cheerful turn, isn't it, this?
I don't know that happens, but there's nothing to prove that hasn't happened.
Right.
You physically cannot prove that you're not already dead.
Okay. Right, okay. Wow, okay, well, thanks for...
Have you had any recurring dreams?
Well, mine, I'll tell you what mine are. The ones that I have the most of.
Also, I've got a lot of dreams where I've forgotten to put shoes on.
Oh,
And sometimes, occasionally, trousers.
it's a classic thing.
And
when
pyjamas. Going out in
when
pyjamas.
you read through
That's
there,
why I don't wear pyjamas
know people
anymore.
say, "Oh, I dream I was nude." I know. I have the two dreams I have the most of is one. It doesn't matter what the scenario is, but it's always the same sort of thing. I've got to get to somewhere, or there's something I'm really looking forward to. So there's been a lot where I'm going to go to play football at a big ground or something, but with like just mates and all the rest of it. But I've had opportunities to do that, and it was like, and I'd get there, and they'd go, right, and everybody would be getting ready, and I just can't get ready quick enough, and then I realise I haven't got my shin pads or something like that, or my boots, and I have to go
Yeah.
home and get them and come back, and everything's agonisingly slow, and everything I try to do, and that's all about. I mean, that comes up loads and loads and loads of times about different bits and pieces. But if you can't get to something, it's all anxiety. It's all about not being able to achieve something, not being able to do something. But it happens a lot, and it always is so frustrating. And I've got to be honest, the other one I have a load of is that I'm nude. And we'll be in a situation, I'll be at work or I'll be anywhere, and I'll be nude. And I'll be very conscious of the fact that I'm nude. But no one else is really taking a blind bit of notice of me. No one really is referring to it, and no one is reacting to it. But I am. And that is quite a terrifying thing to deal with.
With the thing I've had where I've not been wearing, it's really common for shoes for me, is I'd be like at work or something and I just not be wearing the shoes, and I'd suddenly realise, I've forgotten to wear my shoes today.
To be honest,
this is really embarrassing, and I'd have to
scheme
keep
of
my feet
things,
under the
though-
desk. Also, have you ever dreamt you're at work?
Well, yeah.
But have you ever dreamt, like for example, I used to work in retail. I used to have dreams quite often where I'd be serving customers in the shop, and just serving, and then the next customer would come along and I'd serve them, and the next customer would come along and I'd serve them at the till, and just like for a whole night doing that.
So
and I'd
you
wake
just
up
literally had a day's work
in a dream
night.
and then get up, and honestly, it's exhausting because you then get up and go to work.
That is mad.
That is horrendous. If that's ever happened to you, because
Well, I don't know that I've ever done a day's work.
oh, you never done a day's work.
No. I don't know that I've ever slept, and I've certainly slept and dreamt of work, but it's usually something within that's been going wrong.
No, it's just a monotonous serving customers. Sometimes
Wow.
Although there have been times where I've been sitting there serving customers without shoes on.
What's the shoes bit? Doesn't
know.
really matter if you ain't got shoes on, surely.
Well, it does if you're going outside.
Well, you can actually go outside without any shoes on.
Yeah, but like
nothing terrible is going to happen.
Yeah, but it's embarrassing, isn't it?
Well, I'd take having just no shoes on to being completely naked.
But like I've had it where I forgot, like often dreams where I've forgotten to get dressed. I'm wearing my pajamas whilst out and about.
Yeah.
That's why I don't wear pajamas anymore. Like I said.
But that ain't gonna help,
I haven't dreamt that I've gone out. I haven't dreamt that I
You've gone out in your pajamas
since I've stopped wearing pajamas. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
So that's the key to that one. If you've got that recurring dream,
okay.
Stop wearing pajamas.
Stop wearing pajamas, and then everything will work out fine.
Yeah, just sleep in your underwear or completely naked, depending on the time of year.
Well, yeah.
And whether you've got your door open or closed.
Right. I'm going to rattle through a few of these.
Most of the time it's in my underwear.
Is it?
Have I got time? I'll give you a couple minutes.
Right. Teeth falling out. That's supposed to mean rejection, embarrassment, and feeling unattractive. I guess get the feeling unattractive. I'm not sure what the other thing is. Being chased.
You've said that.
Oh, I hate being chased.
You do hate being chased. Sometimes I chase you up the stairs. That's why you're so good at races.
Like running away from something that's causing fear and anxiety in your life. Running away to avoid issues.
Like tigers.
Unable to find a toilet. God, this is just... No, actually, I might have
the
just
toilet ones are...
These are just things that I've written down, I think, because that's something that happens to me a lot as well.
The toilet one, though, there's always a danger going to the toilet in a dream, isn't it?
Well, it is, yeah. Well, that actually says difficulty expressing needs.
You go to the toilet in a dream, you go to the toilet in real life.
Yes. You wee in your dreams, you wee. Yeah, difficulty expressing needs, not putting yourself first, putting others first, lacking time for personal issues and need more privacy, self-care and self-expression. I'm not quite sure how that leads into not being able to find a toilet. I'd imagine that was just another sort of anxiety. Flying. And if you're trying to fly and you can't fly.
They're the best dreams, actually. No, I can never fly, but I can float. In the fact that I jump, and I do this with my arms.
Yeah.
I push them down. I'm making the noise as a sound effect.
Yeah.
And I push them down, and I kind of like glide up and then just gradually float back down again.
Yeah.
And I always get really disappointed when I wake up and then it doesn't happen. I'm pretty sure that my a friend at work, she was telling me about her 3-year-old son woke up upset one morning because he couldn't fly or something like that he dreamt he could.
All right.
It must be very upsetting.
But I think if you are unable to fly, it's more to do with not being able to reach your goals and not being able to.
Do you reckon that's what the 3-year-old was thinking?
I reckon that's bang on for the 3-year-old. That's the sort of thing 3-year-olds think about all the time, isn't it?
He's been playing
that and Paw Patrol.
No, he's been playing Lego City on the PlayStation 4.
Well, there you go.
And he's been trying to get through the missions and that. Actually, that's not true. He's been just messing around. His mum's been playing the missions.
All right. Okay. Thanks for filling me in with that.
Yep.
Out of control vehicle. Sorry to bring that up. Cars represent the driving life and the direction we are taking. So, an out of control vehicle is off track.
What did they dream instead before their cars?
Horse and carts and things like that. Or
what did they do before
donkeys.
they invented horses?
I'm not sure dreams weren't invented then.
Just
I think
walking.
Dreams were invented around the same time as horses.
Oh, right.
Yeah. Seeing a UFO.
That makes unicorns make sense.
Invasions. Unwelcome intruder in your space.
So if you I had a dream once.
Right.
There's a lot of talking about dreams in this episode. I wonder why. And I was sitting in the car and I was like, I'm so fed up. And I went and got in my car. I got in through the passenger side thinking about it. I stood across the driver's seat thinking, I need to lock my car.
Mm-hmm.
I was about to lock it and then someone opened the car door and they went, don't worry. And I went, no. And I refused to turn around to look at them. And then I woke up.
All right.
That was terrifying, that.
That sounds terrifying.
You're quite musically inclined, aren't you?
Yes, somewhat.
And you enjoy writing songs?
I do enjoy writing songs, yeah.
So you've written another song?
I have written another song, yes. It won't come as a surprise to you, yeah. I've written a song about dreams.
I wrote a song about dreams.
Did you?
Yeah, it goes, dreams, 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 dreams,
Can you
dreams.
please stop now?
Are you interrupting me? I have to start again now.
No, don't. No, you're not starting
dreams.
again.
Oh, fine. Should we play you one instead?
Okay. Just like being awake, except your girlfriend's reader aura and your best friend's a rake. Dreams are occasionally rude when you arrive at your work and you're standing in the loo. When you wake up in the middle of the night in a state of panic 'cause you're gonna miss your flight. When you wake up and you don't know where you are, don't remember your name or where you parked the car. Dreams, you're on the run from the law, and you're slower than the sloth, and now they're breaking down your door. Dreams, when you're flying so high, and everyone knows your name, even though your job's a spy. When you wake up in the middle of the night in a state of panic 'cause your milkman's now your wife. When you wake up and you don't know where you are, don't remember your name or where you parked the car.
I woke up one morning wearing just a pair of socks. I would wear something else, but my dad had nicked my Crocs. I walked down the stairs and was greeted by the cat. He was wearing dungarees and a black top hat. He said, "Connor, can you lend me £5? I know of an investment and it really is quite sound. If you slip me some dollar, I can triple it in weeks. By the way, did you know you're still asleep?"
When I've got a day off, then you realise it's Monday and you're a pleb, not the boss. Dreams, what the hell do they mean? Is it a state of REM or just a place that's in between? When you wake up in the middle of the night in a state of panic 'cause your legs don't feel right. When you wake up and you don't know who you are, don't remember your dreams, don't remember where you parked the car. When you wake up in the middle of the night in a state of panic 'cause you're only 2 foot high. When you wake up and you don't know who you are, don't remember your dreams, don't remember where you parked the car. Dreams.
It's like that bloke with really nice hair that talks about the sky and that.
Dreams.
And he says things can only get better with him and his mates, you know, D-Ream.
Dreams. Dreams.
I don't know what I'm meant to be doing.
Dreams. Dreams.
I don't know what I'm saying though.
Dreams. 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 Dreams.
Well, that song was a lot longer than mine.
Yes, it was. Well, it's quite a long song, actually, that one.
Yeah, it is quite a long song.
Yeah. I liked your little bit in the middle, though. That was quite nice, yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Nice little feature.
I worked on it.
Guest artist. Yeah.
Because I listened to it, I went, oh, this would be good with this bit.
Okay.
And then you went, fine.
Yeah, let's have to redo it.
And then I thought, we should make a Professor Brian Cox joke.
Yeah, at the end.
Of some kind.
Fine. And then you did. So there you go. That's this week's offering for everybody. To not listen to.
On to the next thing.
Yes. Okay.
Do you think people aren't listening to your songs?
They're not.
Oh.
I've been told. I've heard a rumour people aren't listening to that bit. They're just skipping it. Yeah. Never mind.
On to the next bit.
Okay.
Game time.
Woohoo! So this isn't our kind of classic type of game this week, though, is it?
No, it's not. It's slightly different. It's not a quiz. It's, as I said earlier in the podcast, we set ourselves a little task to jot down our dreams from this week.
What did we jot them down in?
Well, I wrote them down on pieces of paper as I woke up.
What would you consider it? Would you consider it a kind of a journal or a diary?
Well, I would say,
would you refer to it as a dream diary?
it was more of a journal, so it doesn't work for me. But basically, I'd written sort of one line in the dark with a pen, not actually seeing what I'm writing, straight after I woke up. And as we said at the beginning, that can be problematic.
Problematic, that can be.
Problematic.
Well, I think before we get into it, we should have a sting.
All right, play that sting.
Tell me your dreams and I'll tell you their meaning. Do you like to fly or run around in the nudie? Yes. Well, that's why you're banned from most airlines.
I played that sting.
Right, great. Okay, so here we go then, right? So, when I wrote these down,
I wrote them down as well.
Yes.
Not the same dreams.
No.
We assume.
I hope not. I don't actually know your
weird,
ones.
wouldn't it?
But basically, I thought, well, when we first said it, I thought I probably won't dream anything this week, or it won't be anything like. And then I started writing stuff down, and these are honestly what I dreamt this week, and it does worry me that the stuff that sort of pops up or must be going around in my subconscious that makes me have these sort of things as well. So we could go step by step, day by day. Do you want to go first?
Out of interest, how many did you manage to capture?
Well, for instance, on Sunday, Monday, right? I had 1, 2, 3 dreams that I actually remembered enough to write a line down about.
Mm-hmm.
And then on the Monday, Tuesday, 1. On the Wednesday, 2. On the Wednesday, Thursday, kind of 2. And last night, 1. But when I say...
That sounds like a lot, though, to be fair.
Well, yeah. I mean, I do get woken up quite a lot by a reoccurring nightmare, which is our cat.
I only got 5.
Right. Okay.
And one of them, I don't honestly know if it would be good if I read it.
Oh, right. That sort of dream, is it?
It was a terrifying dream.
Oh, right, okay. Oh, yeah, terror.
I briefly mentioned it to you.
Yeah, briefly mentioned it. We'll see how it goes. Keep it light. Okay, so look, I can... And bearing in mind, and I've got the pieces of paper with these written on them, there has been 1 or 2 that when I looked at them in the morning, I can't even read what I wrote because I wasn't even... I was literally waking up and thinking, oh, quickly write something down because when I've gone back to look at it, I can't even remember what I was trying to write. So that's you know, when we talked about it disappearing from your mind really quickly, it certainly does. So my Sunday, Monday started, right, with a dream, and the bit I can remember out of that we're all in this laboratory. What is the matter with me? Not a laboratory. We're all on beds.
Toilet.
Yeah, in this place. And there was quite a lot of us, and like we said about familiar faces, certainly you were there and that, and we all had these hats on, and we're all being monitored about our dreams.
What kind of hats?
Oh, just sort of wired hats sort of thing, right, with
kind of
TV
wires?
screens and all the rest of it. I can't tell you, because as quickly as I wrote that down, it's gone. But that is obviously when we start saying, why would you dream so
How visual is your memory of these dreams?
Well, I can picture that. I can actually picture what I remember from that.
Do you reckon you could draw it?
Yeah, possibly, but yeah, not for the purposes of this, probably.
No.
But
I'm just interested as to how
but
your visual memory works.
Yeah, but I wonder with that, because okay, I could draw you a picture because I can visualize what one of the scenes was from this dream. But is that because I've pieced that together since then, or is that actually from the dream itself? It's very difficult to tell at what point your mind starts to
in reality,
fill in the gaps and
literally
join the dots.
Literally everything has been pieced together by your brain, whether it be in your subconscious brain or your... But interesting, very interesting.
So that was obviously on the back of the fact we were doing this exercise. It must have been fresh in my mind, and bang, that was the first thing I remember dreaming about.
Yeah.
Do you want me to move on to the next one?
Well, you seem like you have more. I don't know whether you want me to do one or you do.
Well, I'll do the next one, right?
All right.
This was all in the same night. The next one, I was with your mum. Your mum. And we were in this place, and it was like sort of almost like a haunted house. It was like really decrepit and old, this place. It wasn't our house or anything. And there was this big house you could see from our house, this big house on the hill. And I wrote down, it was my brother-in-law, right? But not my brother-in-law. He stole a chest from this house. And my sister-in-law, his wife, happened to be a policeman. Or policewoman. And had actually arrested him for it, nicking this chest full of I don't know what.
So this wasn't Andrew?
No, there was no one that I can't recall. We said about familiar faces. It wasn't...
Does Andrew seem like someone to steal a chest?
I don't know. And is Jane a policewoman?
Undercover policewoman?
Posing as a bus driver? I don't know. This could be true. Anyway, he was saying he was innocent, but I'm pretty sure he did it, and she'd actually arrested him for it.
If I've ever seen Andrew, he looks guilty.
The dream, I remember the specific bit of the dream. I'm laying in bed with Mum, and I'm talking to her. We're both laying there, and it's dark.
I tend to go to sleep when it's dark as well, to be fair.
But the room was dark, and I'm talking to her, but I'm telling her all about it. And while I'm telling her about it, I get this feeling that he's in the room. He's got away from the police, and he's in the room, and he can hear me telling your mum last night about what had happened. And it freaked me out so much that I felt like I was saying it, and I can feel it now, that he ran round the bed, and I actually woke up going, like that. And I know I woke up going like that.
Is that Barnacle Barry?
Yeah. And Mum was oblivious to this in real life. I don't know about it in the dream. And then I fell asleep again, and I carried on talking, and it happened again. And I actually woke myself up properly by going, again, and pretty much sitting up straight, really freaking myself out. And then I quickly wrote stuff down. But that was... And I actually wrote down that this was sort of 1:30 in the morning this was happening. I actually went to the bathroom And I just literally, and I think I typed this into my phone, and it was 1:30 in the morning. But God knows where that's come from and what that's all about.
Do you know some people's pet hates are people telling them about dreams that they've had?
Yeah, so this is going to go
This
down
is
well
gonna
with
be a
anybody
great
like
one.
that.
I'll go on to one of mine.
Yeah.
So, one of the dreams I had this week, I'll go for one of the lighter topic ones.
Right.
Because I had a very similar dream in the fact that I kept me waking up. Oh, by the way, Andrew, if you can stop staring at Dad while he sleeps, then...
He can stare at me, but don't run round to my side of the bed, because it's really freaking... Do you know, even saying it now is freaking me out. I bet you, if
Hate
you
being
listen
chased, don't you?
carefully, you'll hear... tonight, probably. I can't afford to have a restless night at night.
Right.
Anyway, go on.
So, bear in mind, I'm 23, yeah?
Yep.
So, in this dream, I was at school.
Right.
I was the same kind of age I am now.
Shouldn't really be at school, should
Yeah,
you?
but I was back at school.
Yeah.
However, the school was a beach with a big cliff face,
Right.
huge cliff,
Yeah.
and then you go down the cliff and there's a beach on the bottom. When I was in school, I used to be in the school wind band, and sometimes you have PE and sometimes you have food tech the same day and your normal school bag. I had lots of bags on me that day.
Yeah.
So I climbed down this ladder
Yeah.
down to the beach, and then at the end of the day, I needed to go. End of the lesson, or whatever, I needed to take my stuff back up the ladder.
Yeah.
So I took it up one bit, went up the ladder, went back down the ladder again to grab another bag. Kept doing that for a bit, and as I went way back to down the ladder, one time I heard of a familiar voice, which was the voice of my manager at work.
Right.
Teacher-like fashion, they were being a teacher, and I also heard another voice, which is someone else from work, this lady from work, and my manager goes to this lady, "I'm so sorry about your loss," because she's talking about someone who's died in their family.
Right.
And it says, "And I'm really sorry that the tribute act you normally get to do the funerals is also died." And they went, "Have you ever considered Lady Gaga tribute?" And then the person went, "Oh yeah, you could do Lady Gaga tribute act at my funeral, that's fine." And then my manager was like, "Yeah." And then I turned around and I laughed. I went, "See, this is why you're amazing." It says, "You're now going to be doing you just pretty much asked to be a Lady Gaga tribute act to this person's funeral." And yeah, they hired my manager, and I kind of woke up. Or I stopped
Right,
dreaming.
so that's based. I don't know about the beach bit. She is a Lady Gaga.
She does have a Lady Gaga. She is in a Lady Gaga and Beyonce tribute act where she is Lady Gaga.
Yeah. So you can see where all these combinations of things. I don't know about the beach and about school, but where those combinations all start linking in.
Or the school was having all the bags, you know.
Oh right,
I had to keep going up and down the ladder.
Right.
That was one of them.
Okay.
Do you want
I've
to
got
do
another
one?
one from the same night.
Oh, wow.
I know, it's
You
ridiculous.
got a lot, haven't you?
And
I don't even know if we're going to have time to do all of these, Dad.
No, I swear to you, this one. Right, this one, I'll try and keep it correct. We were, and me
Clean?
and you, quick.
Oh.
Me and you and your mum, she features a lot in my dreams. We were in Edinburgh, but it wasn't Edinburgh. We were doing a race, but it wasn't any sort of race that we normally had. We were running along, and there were some people from our running club, and they had greetings cards, like birthday cards out. And I ran along, and I got the pen, and I signed my name in it, like I was signing an autograph, right? And this particular girl, woman, and I won't say her name, but it was someone I know.
Yeah, I've avoided names.
Freaks out. Said, I've got to send this off. It's a birthday card. You've just signed in. I was just mucking about, like signing autographs. And then we went in this big sort of panic about a Clinton's being open. And I'm saying there's a Clinton near our hotel, and I'll promise I'll go and get you. And then the next thing we know, she's not there. And I'm saying to her friend, get in touch with her. And she got her on the phone. I was saying to her, look, you've got to trust me. I'll get to Clinton's. I'll get you another one of these cars. It'll all be okay. It'll get sent out. It'll get there. Again, running around Edinburgh. Every time I got to a Clinton, it was shutting and they wouldn't let me in.
Like Sports Direct.
Oh, like Sports Direct when you're on holiday. Yes. So that one was quite... And it's ridiculous, but it was really stressful at the time.
Yeah, I can imagine it would be.
That was one night. Go on.
So I've got another one. I'm trying to actually. I'm trying to think of which one I'm going to go for. Which was the one where we're on holiday, or the one where I was a hero. Let's go for the one where I was on holiday. So we're in Florida, but it was just me, you, and Mum.
Mm-hmm.
And I was actually getting rather upset. I was thinking, oh, I can't believe neither of my sisters are here. And I was actually quite upset about the fact neither of my sisters were here. That's pretty much it, apart from the fact that I then went over to one of my friends from work. And my friends come up from work, and I say that for my friends because I am actually really close with them.
And what? Let me guess. Did one of your friends from work say, I know your sisters aren't here, but have you considered having a Lady Gaga tribute act?
No, different friend from work.
Oh, right, okay.
That's my manager, also a friend. But when they were wearing their big coats. We often go walks now, lunch.
Yeah.
So she was wearing the same coat she wears to go on these walks.
In Florida?
Yeah, I know. And that was the big thing. I was thinking, why are you wearing this big coat in Florida? And that was it. Do you want me to do my other one where I was a bit of a hero?
If you want to, yeah.
Yeah, I want to. Thank you. Just because I'm conscious of time as well.
Oh, well, yeah, better hurry up. Mind you, mine get briefer and briefer as the week went on.
Well, I don't think I'm going to do my really dark one.
No, don't do that, because I've heard that, and it is very dark, and it
really
will upset
dark.
me.
Really, really quite upsetting.
I've organised someone for you to talk to about that.
And yeah,
anyway, your hero.
I got really concerned after it. Anyway, I was a hero. So I was at this ice skating event.
Yeah.
It's
like you would be, yeah.
Yeah. So this ice skating event, and I was actually helping to run the class for all these kids.
Because you're renowned for being an excellent ice skater.
I'm actually pretty good.
What?
What do you mean? You haven't seen me ice skating
Exactly.
recently? But I can ice skate.
Can you? Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Carry on.
Without even falling over.
Well done. That's the idea.
Now, what happened was there was loads of aquariums around this ice skating rink type stage thing. And it was a stage because they're going to be put on the show.
That doesn't sound safe.
No, it doesn't. And it's really bad for the fish because it's really cold in ice
yeah,
rinks.
I know, yeah.
Anyway, and one of these kind of broke and smashed, and all this water from the aquarium poured onto the ice and melted the ice.
Mm.
And what for some reason this meant is that the kids then couldn't get back onto the stage and get out. So I had to be a hero, and they were stuck behind these aquariums, and I had to save them by bringing them through this gap off the stage.
You should win an award for that.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, no. Wow. Okay, well...
Should be a fireman.
I know this is just... Now we're doing this, it's fairly mind-blowing. But, right, so Monday, Tuesday, overnight...
I like the way you specify in times. Doesn't really matter.
Well, because I wrote them down. Crazy golf competition going on. Massive crazy golf competition. Yep. Kind of a bit pitch and putt, but it then changed to crazy golf and all the rest of it. I was playing with celebrities. I can't tell you what them celebrities were, but I wrote down on the piece of paper celebrities, so there must have been some there.
Probably fake celebrities.
There are also celebrities commentating on it, right? But every time I took a shot, one of them came up and gave me a teddy bear, like a little soft toy, because apparently I was seriously ill. Yeah.
Interesting.
So that I was doing all right at the golf, but they kept coming up, and it was a pity thing, and they kept coming up and saying to me, oh, here's another bear, and I had loads of these bears because I was that ill.
Can I have one?
Yeah. Oh, bear?
Yeah.
Well, I didn't actually get them, but yeah, I'll get you one if you want one. So that was that one.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Is that it? You got any more you want to share?
I don't remember anymore.
Oh.
That's the thing.
Because when you shared with me in the car the other day.
Yeah, the first ones I did, I seemed to be able to write down a little bit more information on them. But these ones, I think as the week went on, sleep deprivation and all the rest of it. There was
when you told me in the car that there was a celebrity on this kind of video call.
That's coming up. That's coming up, that one. Well, I kind of know why I would have, but yeah, go on. So have you got any others?
Well, I've got others, but I've got the really dark one, and I've also got one where a friend from work.
Oh, right.
Classic.
Very good.
Got a new job, and I really didn't want them to go, but I was trying to convince them to go because it's for their own good.
Okay, that's fair enough. That's just right. Okay,
that's all the dreams I had this week. Well, that I can. No, I actually had a really funny one, and I thought this is going to be amazing for the podcast. But I woke up in the middle of the night thinking, but I also could write it down, but I was also really tired. I was thinking.
Well, you saw that piece of paper.
I was thinking sleep is probably more important.
You saw that piece of paper I'd written down.
Yeah, I did see it. It's terrible.
You couldn't understand
I didn't have a piece of
anything.
paper.
Right.
Look at my room. Look at my bed.
Really
You can see my bed from here.
Yeah, but you
How
should
many
have
pieces of
sorted
paper?
yourself out. You knew what you were supposed to be doing. Right.
Sleeping.
Tuesday, Wednesday.
Again,
Right.
time.
I
very
wrote
specific.
down singing at a wedding.
Amazing.
I have no idea whose wedding, what I sang, or in what
Maybe
context
it'll be Becky
it was.
and Sam's.
Maybe it will be.
Becky and Sam, can you hire Dad to sing
The
at your
one
wedding?
you were talking about was there was me, there was somebody else who I presume was famous, and we were in this sort of green room as
You
such.
hang around with a lot of famous people.
I
don't you?
do, yeah.
It was probably me.
In a green room of some sort, and up on the a bit like when you see on Jonathan Ross or something, and you see them in there, but they've got a screen up of what's
Yeah.
going on outside. And there was a big screen, and Aislinn B was on this
Yep.
screen.
I was trying to remember who the celebrity was.
And all I can remember, and I wrote this down, is I went right over to this screen, and over again, I kept telling her how beautiful she was. I have no idea. I mean, I've seen Aislinn B in a few things recently, so
Probably
that's
Doctor
obviously-
Who was
yeah,
the key
Doctor
one.
Who. But I follow her on different things, so I think she's quite funny, you know. But why I would do that? But I was literally up at the screen, and I kept saying, "No, Aislinn." I said, "You are absolutely beautiful." I just kept saying it again and again
The
and
fact
again.
is, would you do
That's
that
all
to
I
anyone?
remember. No, of course I wouldn't. It's very unlikely. Anyway, then moving on. This was running. I was running through a school.
How many more have you got?
Only a couple more, because we're. I mean, it's really been terrible. Running through a school. Then I was in a hot air balloon, running around the basket of a hot air balloon with my people, with some familiar faces, and I do remember some
Not
of the
running
people.
in your dreams.
Yeah. But this was with the club that I run with. And then there was a bit where I was running along with them, and we were like cross country. And it doesn't make sense because these were jumping, but they pointed out some toads that were in our way.
Oh,
And obviously toads don't jump, but they were telling me they were
Toads not
toads. They
jump?
looked like toads. No, toads don't jump. Frogs jump. Toads crawl.
oh. I guess they're
But
big.
they were in the way, and we couldn't get round them, and that freaked me out.
Yeah, you got a fear of.
And then the
frogs and
very
toads.
last one, and this was last night's one, I woke up, wrote down what I dreamt about, and then this morning I read on a piece of paper these words: I had a hawk and some meerkats. I have no idea whatsoever in what context that was, but apparently I had a hawk and some meerkats.
Sounds like a great film, a dream.
Yeah, it sounds like a great one.
I genuinely had a dream once and then tried to write it down the next day to turn it into a story, like a novel.
Yeah.
It turns out it was terrible.
But I think that
Vampires in the future type thing.
I think
Space.
the ones that, I mean, obviously you will remember them because of that, but nightmares are obviously going to be something that
Sticks with you.
because I still, as an adult, have nightmares that I have to really
Yeah.
wake myself up and calm myself down.
Yeah, like
from.
that one I had as well.
Yeah.
But I think that's pretty much all we have time for.
Okay, cool.
Because we said to ourselves this will be a normal episode, normal kind of length,
Yep.
and we're already overrunning.
Oh, sorry.
So who
And-
cares?
Yeah.
Let's just take it as it is. It's a new lot of 50 episodes that we've got to record.
That's
Essentially
fine.
starting all over again.
Don't worry about
We've
it.
got more time than we used to. Anyway, I don't know who won there.
There wasn't a competition.
Was there not?
It was just really sort of almost a session to tell other people that something is happening that's not quite right in my head.
I reckon for some people to listen to that was an excruciating episode to listen to.
It probably was, and when I
Because
thought
when someone
about
tries to tell a story of a dream, it's also so bits and pieces-y, and it never makes sense.
it never makes sense, but that was the whole point of it, that was to try and capture what was going on. But I was looking at them and thinking, God, this looks like I've made it up. I certainly haven't made it up, but yes, perhaps Anyway, moving on. Have we got anything else we need to cover before we finish?
Yeah, so we
Yeah.
had a message
Yes.
this week. This one didn't come through the normal means, however, it's still a message. So
Was it written on a wall in?
no, it came from Facebook rather than via email via our website.
Oh, I see what you mean there.
So this message is from Annie.
Yes,
Why do you look over there?
because there's a cat clawing at the.
Oh, is there?
Or am I dreaming?
Maybe you're dreaming.
Yeah.
It says, "Hi, father and son," which is strange because you are actually her father.
I am.
But I'm not her son.
No.
Hi, father and son. I'm a bit behind on the podcast, so I've been catching up this week. We heard from Annie last week on last week's podcast as well, as audio-wise. Just listening to the school episode, and yes, our schoolhouses were somewhat similar to the Hogwarts house.
Right.
We have Mandeville, Devereaux, Bohun, and Borkia. Good luck pronouncing these.
Oh, well,
Thumbs up.
she anticipated how difficult it was going to be for you.
Yeah, she did. So there's no problem if I did it wrong. So that actually calls back to our
So what
school.
one was she in?
She doesn't say.
Oh, for goodness sake.
We're seeing her tomorrow, though.
All right, we'll ask her
We'll
then.
ask her then. Thank you very much, Annie. You took your time, but we eventually got down to the fact that their houses were very strange names.
They were.
And thank you for listening, Annie. We hope you enjoyed the episode of Schools, and hope one day you even catch up. You know,
Yeah.
great. One day you might even listen to this.
Yeah, maybe. Right.
But yeah, so that's about it. If you, not you specifically, Dad, but if someone else did want to send a message, that can always be done via the website on fatherandsundays.com on the contact page. But we've got the episodes all available on there, links to all the different podcast platforms because we're on pretty much all of them, the What's New page, and we've also got a store which can help support the podcast by buying some bits, which would be great, and also the About page, which has got some drawings of us on it. And also, remember to like and follow us on all our social media pages, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and also like the posts on there. And also tell your mum and your friends about us. And don't tell my mum because she won't listen. And just get them to listen to the podcast. Share it with someone. Leave a review on Spotify. If you go on to Spotify, because it's not just iTunes. On Spotify, you can leave a review on there as well. Put 5 stars. Or 4. Or 3.
But nothing
ideally,
lower than that, yeah.
nothing lower than that. But if you really want to, I guess you can. But please don't. But then that's about it.
Okay, then.
Anything you want to mention?
No, I'm done. Thank you very much.
You're done?
Yeah,
You
I
off?
am. I am. I've got a big day of work tomorrow. I'm going to go and have a sloosh and then go to bed, I think.
Yep. And next week...
Dream.
Dreams. Next week we'll have new cars as well.
Yeah. Oh,
Just share that with everyone.
exciting time.
All right then.
Bye.
Bye.